Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Alumni Connect. And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Dinesh. So, before we start off, let's ask Mr. Dinesh to introduce himself.
Nice new Rajdeep. So a little bit about me. I think I don't know how much you know about me, but I am from the trade of electronics and communication engineering, which used to be the master of engineering. Still, I believe it is. So I have studied in. I mean, I passed out of KIET from 2009 to 2013 batch from KIET especially. So it's been more than 11 years now, I believe. Yeah, great. So a little bit about me, right? So currently I'm staying in Sydney. I'm staying in Sydney for almost 5 years. I am working with Cognizant. This is my very first company. I'm still with Cognizant. It's my 11th year stint with the Cognizant. So I came here as I mean, for an on-site role. It's not something like I went and I did MS and all the stuff. It's not the case. It's an online kind of thing. I mean, the on-site opportunity, as I say. Apart from the work strides and all, so I am into YouTube. I am into anchoring. I am into filmmaking. I briefly worked for a few, soap operas or serials you call when I was in Hyderabad. Uh, I mean, even the same when I was in college. In college, I am the Spock. I am the lead anchor for every event. I used to bag every paper presentation competition wherever we go. We used to win every quiz competition wherever we go. So yeah, that's the thing about me on a very high level. So whatever I say more, it'll be like self-hampering about myself, and I don't like that.
We
So
would love to
that's
hear more
pretty
about it.
much pretty much
Okay.
about me.
Okay. So,
So
as you told that, as you told about your illustrative journey, that you've been into filmmaking, then, doing a
yep.
software job, then being an anchor. So, how much do you think that taking part in college kind of activities that the college, helps us or to promote, helps us as an individual to improve in a level that, someone like me who I'm into very professional about photography. So I
Okay.
always think this college has helped me to, grow that passion. So whenever the event comes,
Okay.
Rajdeep is the one to take a photo.
Oh, good.
So something
Good.
like
Good.
that. So
Amazing. So, see, first of all, I would like to tell you about. I mean, let's go from the backstory, right? So, when I say the backstory, okay. So, I mean, KIET was never in my list of colleges that I want to study. Okay, let me be very honest with you. So I was always thinking like, okay, maybe I'll do some college in Vizag and all these things. And also, in my MSET rank is 15,000 at that time. So I thought like, okay, I'll go to Vizag and all these things. And also in my first counseling, I got some ex college in Vizag. That's all fine. I went to college. I paid all the fees, and then I don't know what happened, what came into my mind. I was browsing. I saw this KIET website, and the robotics thing at the time was like booming. I was like, okay, so flabbergasted, and I thought like, okay, maybe we have this second counseling. This seems to be very interesting. Why can't we just put this option as one of these things? Apart from the, I mean, elite colleges as well. So
yeah.
KIET was my last option for the second counseling. Fortunate or unfortunate at that time, I don't know. I got the college. Okay. Now, when I visited Kakinada, so my perception got changed, and I was like so depressed. All right. I was saying, oh my God, what I've done to myself? Like, I mean, saying no to the Vizag and coming to Kakinada, is this the decision right? Or is it something like the stupid decision? I don't know. Then I have somehow got into the college. The college looks placid at that time, but still a lot of questions. So then my very first interaction was with Subhash sir. You know Subhash sir, right?
Yeah, true. He's our HOD right
Exactly.
now. So,
Exactly, 20 years. Subhash sir used to lecture us the first years at that time. I used to go to him and I used to ask him the one question: do we have a third counseling? Because I want to switch the college. Okay. He was like, see, I respect
uh,
your decision, but you gotta give some time to settle down. You never know, you may like this college. So I don't know, like directly or indirectly, his words put some magic in my head. I don't know. Just in 1 month, I started to like the place in college like hell. Now, if you ask me, in my entire 32 years of my life, like 32, I'm 32 at this point, the time I spent in Kite College is the best.
wow.
Okay, and it will stay best. and the life I had in Kakinada is the best, and it will stay best. I'm pretty sure that will not get replaced by anything else in my life. I can tell you. The exposure, the life skills, the personal life skills, the technical skills, the communication skills, anything what I'm today at this point, I can tell you, it's all credited to Kite. The way it gave me the opportunity, the way it gave me the platform, the way it nurtured me, that's the key thing. So now coming to the question what you were asking, right? See, a few things in the life will be so surprising. You don't know why we took that decision or why we were
True.
routed in that direction, but that turns out to be the best decision you've ever taken in my life. And joining Kite on that day is the best decision I took in my life. Okay. So opportunity perspective, as just speaking, I was not a orator before. I was not an anchor before. I was not into filmmaking before. But it is all the opportunities what college has given me to explore the different side of myself in myself. Okay, so that's where the college is coming up. So some or other event used to happen, and not derailing the actual academics, right? That is the best
Exactly.
thing here.
Exactly.
And we used to be like so engaging, and at that time I don't know what are the operating ways of college at this point, but at that time we used to go to college only 5 days. That's from Monday to Friday.
No, it's six
I'm not
days
sure
now.
what is the what
Yeah,
what
we
is what
have
is the
an
regime
extra.
now. At that time it is Monday to Friday, and 8 to 3 o'clock. That used to be like, giving us a lot of time to explore ourselves. Okay, so some or other event happening somewhere, and suddenly they'll be telling, okay, I mean, there is this competition happening in Paida College or in Aditya College. Would you like
Well,
to
that
go?
has not changed. Okay, it is
Yeah,
always
right.
like
And
this
and
only.
and and the support thing. And there come this two gentlemen, right? Who I will always be very thankful in my life, RK sir and Madhu sir.
No,
Okay, the amount of belief they have kept on me for many major things is like, impeccable. All right. uh, so I mean, Rakesh sir is one person who has really influenced a lot in my life, like how to speak in the crowd. Okay,
true.
how to turn the attention of the crowd towards you, and how to not be like, feared about something which you don't know, but still you can
Still
manage
get
to say
things.
something about that, and like, keep yourself going while you're discussing. So and there's this Madhu sir who always like, constantly pushes you, like, hey, I mean, don't you think you can't do this? When some XYZ person
Exactly.
is doing it, why can't you do it?
You do it.
And it was
Yeah.
like, he used to induce that sort of questions in ourselves, and like, make us think in a different dimension. So all these things. So at that time, I was telling you again, right? So I was not a narrator, I was not an anchor, and all these things. Now I, I mean, they have given me this opportunity. Argus has said, like, hey, you can do this. Good, just go give it a shot. Then I became the lead anchor for all the Waves events and all, like, where I used to anchor before 3,000 to 4,000 people in the Waves event.
Whoa.
And once out of the college, I have done almost like 80 to 90 events. Okay. In my office, outside office, and here in Sydney, I'll be like, organizing, not just organizing part, like anchoring very big events like Artsa, Australia Telugu Sangam, there are all these things I had
Oh,
released. So I mean, that gene is still there. So
there.
coming back to your question again, opportunity perspective, yeah, whatever the opportunity this college is giving, utilize it. Now you're telling wherever there is event, Rajdeep photography is must. So that's where I'm coming, right? There is this guy called Raj Kiran in our team, in my batch. Okay, Raj Kiran. I don't know whether you know his name. Is one of the lead photographer in Kakinada at this point. So it is the same, right? So he used to be there with his camera during our branch, well, 2009 to 13. Now he's a good lead photographer, and he's earning really well and is doing really well. Okay, so it's not something like, you have to do something which you studied. You never know.
Hmm.
You can be a hero tomorrow. You can be a director tomorrow. So yeah, whatever the opportunity college gives you, that will definitely be useful. I think I answered your question, or it's something like
No,
we
that
went
was
the other way around.
absolutely fine because I connected with you because when I joined this college, I also didn't actually was looking for this college, but somehow ended up in this
Okay.
college. I was a very introverted
Okay.
guy the first year, not able to speak to anyone because I come from a
Okay.
different state. I come from West Bengal. My dad got settled here
Oh,
because of business purpose. And
okay,
so I
okay,
was very weak at Telugu. My Telugu was very weak. People here don't speak Hindi nor Bengali.
okay.
And if you
Oh,
used to speak in English, people used to give you a side look. So it
I
was very
understand.
tough for me in the first years. But as soon as Arkisa found out that I have something in me, he started pushing me, to take videos, go and talk with
Right.
people, talk with the guests,
Okay.
go do this, this. Then from there,
Yeah.
I started developing this confidence. And now you can see me, taking an
I
interview
know.
one on
I can.
one.
I can really sense that,
Yeah.
like, that's really, you're easygoing and you're free. That's what makes a difference.
So
But yeah, man, seriously, the time we had in the college is like the best. Yeah. I
uh,
always want to drift. I drift myself back to those days, happy days. That's what I
okay.
need.
So connecting that, tell us any of the funniest thing or the silliest things you have done in the college.
Uh,
Anything like.
See, I mean, if you ask me the funniest thing and serious things, there'll be many. I can't choose one, and I can't disclose everything. That's for sure. Okay. Uh, there are a lot of funniest things. I mean, I told you, right? While anchoring, there was this event, Waves event in my final year. I was anchoring. So I called one group. Some other group came in. All right.
Okay.
The song played something. It was a big mess. I went into the audience. I said, "Okay, we missed this one." Then they said, "Boo," and all this stuff. A few funny things, and then and classroom fun is like, a lot. Uh,
Yeah. So
yeah,
how
like
studious
there
were
are
you?
silly
Like
things. Sorry.
how how studious were you? Like are you at the topper of the batch or
Obviously, yeah. I passed out of engineering with 80%.
oh
I am I
you're
am top five in my class,
great.
in my 2013 batch. So first year, I am the topper in my entire EC. For
Oh,
topper second, I'm not sure. I got 86.7%. I thought, like, I'll end up with 70, but somehow I got 87. I don't know why, but I'm the second topper. But I maintain that standard. I'm always good at studies. I'm not top. I won't say myself like not top, but I'm always good at studies. Technically strong.
what? Ever faced a
So
backlog? Ever faced a
nah,
backlog?
nah,
Never.
nah, nah,
So
nah.
you complete your whole
That's
engineering with a
out of my
backlog.
dictionary. Out of my dictionary. It's not something like I won't call that as a bad, but I simply can't take it. Take
Okay.
that sort of failures, because scoring 35 marks, 40 precisely, technically
Hmm.
40. If you can't do 40 per 40 marks, it is a, what do you call, a big failure. If you ask me, at least from my perspective, I'm not telling it is bad, but with the caliber I had, if I can't score 40 in anything, that is a big failure. So that's the reason, right? That's what I'm telling. So KIET is this place which doesn't derail you from academics. At the same time, it doesn't derail you from this thing.
True.
So coming there, right? Like if we conjugate the things, what we actually are starting this discussion to what a student I was. See, I won't lie to you, but at that time when we were doing the engineering, TCS is like apex to us.
Hmm.
Tata Consultancy Services are like apex to us. When I say apex, everyone dreams of to get placed in the TCS and in your final year. And then once you're in the TCS, you think like, okay, your life is set,
Let's settle. Yeah.
which, which, which at that time, yes, that is a goal. And yeah, and if you pick some folks in the college, like 5 6 people who will get selected into TCS, I am default in the list.
Okay.
Everyone used to think like, okay, Dinesh, if he can't do it, who else can? All right, because
Okay.
I have this enormous profile,
Hmm.
great academics, and good orator skills, good communication skills, nice coding skills. Who, if Dinesh can't, who would?
Hmm.
Okay. Then there comes this day of TCS, and I couldn't clear the written test. All right, that's a big blow for me. All right, I just felt like all my dreams got shattered. Okay, that's one depressing day in my life, and that's where it happened. Like then what happened? I mean, I can't recall being a person back on again for 3 4 days. I was like so depressed.
Oh.
And then there comes a gentleman again, Ramakrishna sir and Madhu sir. They boosted like, okay, Dinesh, that's okay. It's happened, is happened. Now it is something like, you need to do. And let me be very honest with you, 2013 is not a real great year for what do you call campus
No.
placements.
Campus.
It was going, but it is very minimal. Okay.
Okay.
For example, TCS. who took in 2012 130 people from KIET. On to 2013, it took only 21 folks. Not because there are no folks, because the market was done
Was
at that time. Then after that, then I went. I utilized every other opportunity which our college gives, but there were no big companies coming into the college. It was all very small companies and all the stuff. And then there comes this Tech Mahindra. Somehow this Tech Mahindra written also I flunked. I didn't know what is the issue. I was doing good. Then that's when I reevaluated myself. I thought like, okay, maybe I have to like, put some more efforts on the analytical side for the written test and all. But by that time I was passed out of the college. Okay. All I had was a simple small job, which was 11,000 rupees at that time when I was out of the college. And to be more serious to that, I was never called for that job to even join. Okay. I mean when I say joining letter didn't come through, the offer
mm,
letter was there, but the joining letter didn't
joining
come
letter.
through. And they said we'll be sending in a while and whatsoever. That's a very small company. I didn't had any highs as well. So that's when this thing kicked in my mind. Like at the time, offshore interviews are like a nightmare. Okay, when I say nightmare, still it is at this point, but at that time it is a real nightmare because whenever you go to a drive, you will be competing with 4,000 to
Mm,
5,000 folks.
yeah.
Just imagine yourself while competing with your just bunch of 500 to 600 folks in the college. Imagine the competition you'll be facing with the
Best.
4,000 to 5,000 folks when you're outside.
True.
That really like pushes you into a corner and thinks you to reevaluate yourself. But that is where your fighting skills will kick in, right? So after evaluating myself that I have to do some sort of analytics things, what I did is like, I have really practiced a lot of papers and all these things. And then I went for the offshore drives. All right. So my stink continued for the offshore drives in 2013 August, I believe. I got IBM, I got Accenture, I got
Oh,
Centel, I got Cognizant, I got Emphasis. Every other drive I have been to, I cleared it.
wow.
Okay. So if you go to my YouTube channel, there was a video I made in the year of 2013 for KIET, my immediate juniors, where I was telling them all these things, how I did that. So then what happened? Cognizant was the first to send me the offer letter. So I was so curious to join. So I
Mm,
joined
good.
and luckily it worked out. And I'm really happy here at this point, at least while we speak. So what's that one suggestion I want to give to your batch is like, don't get depressed if you can't get a job in the college. Okay. I'm a living example. You do have jobs outside the college. Okay. And recession is a big joke at this point. There is no recession happening. Okay. The market is slow. Recession is something like, absolutely when nobody is getting placed. And absolutely like, you may be hearing a lot about layoffs and all these things. But
True.
again, as I said, you're not listening or hearing to the news as where people are getting placed based on the skills. Okay. Now you're working on AI and data science, as you know, that's one of the booming industries. So if you're really well versed in it, you'll be the first person to get placed. Now, where exactly you guys have to focus at this point is like, the first step. When we ask for the first step, now I think all the written tests are focused not just on analytics but also on the coding part.
Coding part. Yes.
Correct. So you have to improve yourself a little bit in the coding and then a little bit on the analytical side. Practice hard, practice hard, and then once you are in, and once you cross that first step of the written test and the coding test, trust me, any KIET student can get the offer. Okay, because the way we nurtured ourselves or the way we get nurtured ourselves, no other college will be having that sort of communication skills. So to quote you an example, I'll tell you. So Sintel interview, I have been to the Sintel interview. That's the last interview I have been in my stint. By that time, I already have this 4 offers.
Offers.
I was just bored. I just went to the interview. I just thought, I'll give it a shot. Then I went to that. There was this group discussion. Sintel has a different, Sintel company, right? Since
Yeah, yeah,
Chennai.
yeah,
Now
yeah, yeah.
it is at Atmos or something. I don't know. It's renamed something, but it's a very good company at that time. So now what happened? There was this group discussion after the written. There was a group discussion thing.
Okay.
So group discussion happened, and then there was this written test. I mean, written test done. Group discussion. I obviously aced in the group discussion, like anything.
Mhm.
Then I went to interview. I was bored. I absolutely don't want to answer anything. I just came for time pass because already on the four of us. I was like, he was interviewing, and I was like not interested to give him the answers. And he was asking something. I was like, okay, fine, because I really wanted to flunk it into it, just to just see like what it would be. And I'm not joking this, but what I'm telling is true. Then that interviewer, he said, Dinesh, I don't know why, but I really want you in the company.
Wow.
Okay. Because the way you spoke in the group discussion, the way you kept your points in the group discussion, that's something shows me you're a very caliber person. Okay. And a person like you should be definitely there in my company, in our company. So I don't know what are the technical answers you give are not correct, but I'm passing you this. And I got selected instantly. So what helped me here? The communication
Vision
skills,
skills.
right?
Yeah.
Technically, I was zero at that time. I was intentional. I just want to see like how it would be to flung in an interview, in a technical interview, because I was never done. Okay, maybe I should be failing before an interview. Let's take this, uh, you
Hmm.
know, expression. Let's capture the expression how it would be. But to my surprise, I was the one who got surprised with the discussion.
True.
So what I mean to tell is like you never know which thing will be helping you out.
True that.
Okay, so some people may be thinking communication skills is nothing. No, you don't
Hmm.
have to do it. But trust me, communication skills is everything. Once you go into the job, you may be a great coder. Maybe you may be cracking a solution in 1 or 2 days. But if you're not presenting your solution to your design forum or to your peers in an understandable way, then that's where you flunk, right? So long story short, without any boring, what I would like to tell you is like everything is important. If somebody is telling communication is not the key, you're wrong. If somebody is telling no, you don't need coding, that's wrong. If somebody is telling no, you don't need analytics skills, that's wrong. You need to have a equal grip on three of these things, and then don't get feared. There are a lot of opportunities outside. If you're not able to get a piece of cake in the college, that doesn't mean that you will be missing a pizza outside. All right. So a
Absolutely.
big pizza may be waiting for you. So all you need to do is like self evaluate yourself and get ready for the outside world. And yeah, that's what I want to tell.
Okay, so I would love to ask this, like, with the bringing on the invention of AI like Chat GPT and all
Mhm.
this kind of AI stuff, has it affected your work life? Like, are you guys in the work culture using AI to complete your solutions and all? And has that been a reason for layoffs or any kind of thing that has been happening in the market?
See, this is again, I'm telling you, right? Any new technology coming in is like a blessing, and that will only improve more opportunities. Uh, just to let you know, let's again take a small backstory. Okay, so I joined in Cognizant in 2013 as a mainframe developer. All right, so mainframe, if you ask me, that's one of the legacy system.
Hmm.
Okay, uh, it's a black screen. You'll be having like dot coming in, but it was one of the legacy system. IBM mainframe. That's where your entire banks has been structured with. All right.
Okay.
Then in 1 year, this big data was slowly booming. Okay, the big data, Hadoop, Hive, Spark, all these things were coming in. Then I don't know, somebody's told like okay, you need to invest in reskilling yourself. That is where the thing, right? So I started to reskill myself in big data externally, like what, not with help of Cognizant. I went to courses for 3-4 months, and then I got a self-sufficient understanding of the big data. And there comes a project where we have to migrate the data from mainframe to big data platform. I know mainframes, I know big data.
Big data.
Then I moved into big data. So 2014, I moved into big data, and that is the reason why I'm here in Sydney.
Oh,
Okay. And now big data, it's very big,
very big. Yeah.
very big.
True.
Similar to AI, if you ask me, anything coming in, it's a blessing, as I said. Now with AI, you need a actual person to code the AI to feed in the models, correct?
True.
All right. You need to train the models, you need to train the AI, you need to give the data inputs, and then there is this use of this prompt engineers. Okay, so it's not something like AI just tell you, it understands it. You need to tell that in a understandable
Double
language.
way.
It's called
Yeah.
prompts. So this is a prompt engineer. And and there are a lot of other things, right? So if you ask me, AI is very, very beginning at this point, at least I would say, because I'm working with a leading bank here who invest a lot of money. They are still digesting it. They are still
Oh,
trying to integrate it, because any technology you bring in, it is not simple to introduce.
yeah, true that.
Okay, it will take some time. So I think the transition which we have been speaking about, the chat GPT or the pilot, which
Hmm.
the Azure has it, or whatever it is, it will take 5 to 6 years to fully see the
See. Hmm.
fruits. And this 5 to 6 years is enough for the folks to reskill themselves, where they can place themselves in the AI thing and all this stuff. So what are the layoffs you have been listening to around, or like, seeing through? It comes with different things, right? So for instance, you may be a person who is not interested to reskill yourself.
Hmm.
All right. Or you may be a person who is not ready to do the challenges. Or you may be a person who see yourself like, at a management role, or you don't want to be putting your hands on the code and stuff. So there are numerous things. So every layoff is not related to AI. All
Okay.
right. And AI is not definitely not going to replace us. That's for sure. Okay. So it'll only open more doors, is what I believe at this point. So that's my answer to the question. So don't get panicked. You still have 4 to 5 years to see the full transition of AI. You can reskill yourself.
Okay. So one more thing to ask about. So most of the people, they as soon as they join a college, they are fed up.
Yep.
The college feeds them with 4 or 5 languages at a time. So first you learn C, then you go for Python, then Java, then this and that. And by the time they hit the third year, second semester, or the fourth year, first semester, they're all confused in what to do and what not to. So if you can give the juniors of yours as and mine as well a tip, like how they can choose the perfect path. Like as you told, AI is going to be huge. So most of the people might think that there is only one way to approach, that is AI, AI, AI. But how can a person, understand his or her levels of skills and then choose the perfect route, the perfect thing?
So that is a good question. So if you ask me what is the one tip I would give to my fellow mates and juniors, again, right? See, coding language is just one of the language, right? The solution can be done in any
Yeah, that
language.
is
Okay.
that's
So where you have to put your mind is solution.
hmm,
Solution. Okay. So put your efforts in solutioning a problem. So what could be a problem? For instance, let us say you can question yourself, maybe now, as simple as it is, if you ask, uh, so now we are doing this video recording. So the solution could be like, how to highlight few points from this video and auto collect the video.
hmm,
How can you do that? So now, okay, the first step would be I need to write a code which will translate the
every
the,
hmm,
the things we are doing into text. So that's the first thing. Now, in the text, highlight the keywords, whichever the events. You need to split the
true.
keywords into events.
Hmm,
Then give the ranking to those keywords. Okay. Okay, now maybe, okay, these guys, they are discussing about the offshore, I mean, the off-campus interviews. Okay, that's the rank number one. So now you got the ranking. Now, like, you have the ranking of the events. Now the third step would be like, okay, now I need to collate these rankings into a video. So that's where, like, I need to split this based on events, and then based on the ranks, I need to tag them and create a video. So this is a solution. Now, how you would be doing it, whether you will be doing it in C, whether you'll be doing it in Python, you will be doing it in Java, that's a different story. But as simple as it is, if I ask you something, you need to tell me a solution. So as an interviewer who has interviewed many folks, this is what I see in the people. Because once you get into the company will train you as a fresher.
hmm,
Okay, they would expect you to be working on the systems from the day one, like, hey, Rajdeep, I thought you are very good in Python. Why are you not even developing a model? They won't do that. The
okay.
expectations on you will be very less. Okay, because you're still fresher, fresh,
Hmm,
until or unless you boost yourself, like, that you're like, you have won some coding and hackathon competitions. Apart from that, everyone will get trained. So my whole suggestion would be like, solutioning. What is the problem? How to solution it? Algorithm. What is the algorithm? how
Hmm.
what we need to do for the algorithm, and then based on the algorithm, how we would be doing it. That is where the things comes through. Okay. Now, but if you still insist me to tell you which language one has to learn, Python would be a good start. Okay. So learning Python will will help you to pick up things quick,
Hmm.
no matter whatever technology it is, because Python is now
Python
being
is,
used
yeah,
every
everywhere.
technology. So that would be a good start. So scrap the C, scrap the Java, scrap everything, learn Python. If you ask me, and on any day I would say that. So yeah, that's my answer. I hope
Okay.
I answered
So
your question.
as you mentioned that you have been interviewing a lot of people. So as a interview perspective, what are the top two or three things or skills you look for a person before hiring?
See, that's the
So
thing is I'm telling you, right? So
mm,
again, the thing,
the problem
solutioning is
solving,
one
yeah,
thing.
the problem solving is one thing.
Problem solving is what you tell. I would tell you like solutioning. It's not problem solving. Problem
Mm,
solving is different. Solutioning is different. Problem solving
okay.
is something like there is a there is a there is a key. I lost the key. How would I get it? You will simply say go and give complaint to the police station.
Well,
That's a problem solving. But what is the solution? You may be thinking like, okay, let's search for if there is
there
another
is
key,
another
or
key.
maybe take the number of the key and go to the key maker and see if he can do another thing. So there are a lot of the solutioning kind of thing.
Solution.
So there is an
Okay.
algorithm for everything. That's what I check for. Now that's point number one. Because on any day you can look for the code in Google and you can do your
Hmm.
coding.
True.
Okay,
True.
but what to look for in Google, that is where your
You should know. Yeah.
mind should be,
Exactly.
right? So that is where we will be evaluating. So if a person knows how to give a solution or do a solution, that is where we are. That's from the technical perspective. Second, public answer, communication skills, right? So if you're not able to put things to me which are in your mind and heart in a way that I
Hmm.
can understand, then that's a big failure for you. All right. I mean, there could be a lot of things running right in your mind which are correct, but if you're not able to express it out, that's a different story altogether. So that's the thing. And third thing is to do attitude. All right. So now it's not something like I'll tell you jump from the flight and you do the jump. That is not something I'm asking.
Yeah.
But it's something like I tell you, right, hey, this would be so challenging. Would you be able to work? Now
Hmm.
you should be believing in yourself, saying, "Hey, yeah, why not? Let's take this challenge and let's work on that." Now, if
Understood.
in the first step itself, if you are evaluating yourself wrong and telling like, oh my God, I don't know I can do it or not, blah blah things and all this stuff, or maybe telling like, oh, I think I haven't worked on that before, maybe I can't deliver it, or something like that, that's a big no for me. All right.
Okay.
So at least give a chance, give a try.
Hmm.
Setting an expectation is a different story, but at least not see that they say right. Not trying is the biggest defect. All
That is
right.
also.
So these are the three things I actually see from technical perspective. I won't be asking any questions on coding part and all this stuff. I'll be asking them. I'll
Okay.
just simply give them a problem. I'll tell them like, tell me the algorithm on how to solve this. It could be
Okay.
as simple as it is, or as tough as it is. And then communications, and that way I will be evaluating while they're speaking. And the third would be like, the to-do attitude, which eventually comes at the end. If I really like that person, I'll be questioning them. Will you be able
Hmm.
to take this task, that task, and all this stuff? Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. So, as you told, there is not much expected from a fresher as they join a company. But there might be certain things that a company or whoever is hired wants an
Mhm.
fresher to do in the company. Like, what are those things? Like, if someone,
Discipline.
from discipline, okay,
Discipline. That is for
that's
sure.
it. Mm,
And if you ask me discipline, being in office at 9 a.m., that's not the discipline. When a task is given to you, okay, at least me I'm a lead engineer. I have this offshore team who I'll be managing 14 folks who all work from India and from
mm,
Australia. So what is the basic thing I expect from them? If I give you a task, whatever the progress you have made for the day, you have to send me the progress just for me to track where we are,
okay,
right?
understood.
You blocked somewhere, you raise your hand and you tell I'm blocked.
Okay,
Okay, you have some questions, you have to speak out, right? This is a basic expectation.
okay,
Okay, and questions you have to ask if you need help, right?
understood. Yeah,
So because you're in a learning phase and we can really understand that it'll be overwhelming for you for a fresher and all these things, so you need to ask. See, I am also a fresher. I was a fresher. Okay, I got into training for 3 months and then I was deployed into this very big project called as UHG. Okay. And on the day, first week itself, I was given with a huge development activity. All right. Which I completed with the help of my fellow mates, asking a lot of questions. What happened after that? I was doing everything on my own,
Hmm.
right? First step is always tough. Okay. So if you ask me what a fresher should be having when you join the company, discipline, and like the sticking on track, not derailing yourself, having fun, that is definitely should be there. Okay. And yeah, ask, speak. That's what we
Whatever it
expect.
is. Okay. So for the last 13 or 14 years, you have been working in the same company. So ever in your
12 years.
middle,
I mean, it's
uh,
my 11th year, not 12 years, it's my 11th year.
okay. So in those 11 years, have you ever thought of switching the company for a better role or better
See,
position
that
or
you will be getting a lot of such thoughts when you see your friends maybe earning a lot more than you at the initial stages. But it is something like, see, this is not a rocket science. You want to switch, you can switch.
hmm.
I also felt a lot of time like, switching,
No,
but
because people,
uh,
they say once you switch, you earn extra, you earn at least double what you were getting, something like
no,
that.
no, no.
Uh,
That's a stupid thing because it doesn't work same with everyone.
hmm.
See, I'm not denying when you switch, you'll be definitely getting a hike, but
Hmm.
even sticking to a company is equally rewarding as it is because you'll be given much preferences to when you answer opportunities just like me. Of
Hmm.
course, I was because eventually I was there with Cognizant for 6 years. They thought, okay, Dinesh, now you have done great, you have done amazing. Now it's time for you to step up,
Hmm.
right? That's when I came up
Okay.
here. So it's rewarding in some or other way. At the same time, that you also need to be like showing a little caliber in your work front and showing this willingness of going that extra mile in your life. That is what it is. Now, yeah, one other thing came in, and I thought like whenever I thought of shifting, but I didn't shift because I thought I'm comfortable here. Like it's okay.
Hmm.
See, at the end of the day, all it makes is like you need to be happy.
Ah,
Okay, if you're earning 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs a month and you're on toes, that doesn't make sense.
true.
Now you're earning something like three or some other thing, and if you're not going to the next, that's different story. So yeah, long story short, that is what it is.
Okay. So what do you do to keep yourself happy apart from work? Anything extracurricular you do right now?
Obviously, that's what I'm telling. Like I'm into YouTube, so I have this
Oh,
channel with 22K subscribers, where I vlog all my experiences in Australia. And apart from that, I told you when there is a new show, I'll host it, I'll organize it. Apart from that, mm, yeah, I mean mostly the YouTube keeps me busy at times. But apart from that, I
any sports? Any kind of games?
no, no, no. You looking at me asking that question is like is a funny thing. We play cricket whenever I am, but I would be mostly be umpiring then, not playing.
Okay.
Mostly
Uh,
into this soft skills kind of thing, not soft skills, what do you call, apart from sports, the other skills, what do you call, yeah, the acting stuff, the direction
hmm.
stuff. So I want to be in prime space. Not sports is not definitely my cup of tea. So yeah, that is what it is. See, you need to have some other thing in your life to keep you
To keep,
going.
yeah, exactly.
Uh, Stucking yourself into a loop is definitely not agreeable because
Hmm.
that'll eat you. Okay,
True.
you work. When you look back, you have worked for someone else.
Hmm.
All right, just to make your ends meet.
Meat.
All right, so you worked hard for someone else. You didn't work for yourself. So take some time off. Work on some of your interest, where you appreciate yourself when you look back. All right, okay, maybe I've done something for
Something.
myself, which
Hmm.
I think I can be happy of. That could be as simple as like painting, or like photography, like you're doing, or
Hmm.
something great, or maybe helping people, or like just doing some charity, something which makes you
Happy.
happy. So that's one life skill I want to give. Yeah, that's how the things work.
Okay. Okay. Last, we'll go with one final rapid fire round
Yep,
where I'll
yep,
ask you some questions and whatever
yep.
pops onto your mind, you just answer it and we can then
Sure,
call it a
love
day.
it. Okay.
Okay. So this will be related to your college life. So I want your
Oh,
brain to
good,
go
good.
back time and just recollect everything. Okay.
Let's
So who
let's
was
try
your
that.
best friend
Let's
from your
remember.
who was your best friend of the last 4 years of your college? No, who was your
There
best
are
friend?
two best friends, Jagadish and Pasha.
Okay. So how did you become friends? Like, there is always a crazy story or, how you become friends or how you get your best
So
friends for
this,
life.
see, I mean, there is some. I mean, whenever I think about these two guys, right? Like,
Hmm.
there is this mixture of agony and pain. I'll tell you why it is it, but how we
Oh.
met.
Hmm.
So Jagadish is a diploma candidate who joined us in second year,
Oh,
and
okay.
Pasha is a person who has joined us first year with me as well, right now. So Pasha is from Srikakulam side, and I'm
Hmm.
from from Ongol.
Hmm.
That's to the downside. So we met on the day one, somewhere around. I think we used to travel in the bus, and this guy used to be very calm and custom, sitting at the end, but is very good at maths. Okay, mathematics
Oh.
is a top. And I we used to go and sit in the back bench. I love back bench, okay,
Hmm.
because you can see the entire
It's an
class how
emotion.
they're
Yeah.
doing,
True
right?
that. True that.
So and there is a myth like people sitting in back bench doesn't score good.
Good, good.
Wrong. So
That is
good
true.
student wherever he sits. So we are the back benches. And Pasha, she's a short guy. Actually,
Hmm.
I'm okay. I'm not super tall. I'm fine. I'm 5'10". No, Pasha is short. So we used to make fun of him. Why are you sitting in the back bench? You should be sitting in the first bench.
Uh,
Okay. So this guy used to get so when I was like, okay,
uh,
no, don't do it. Let him sit. And that's when we became benchmates. Then we became roommates, and we stayed till 4 years. And then
oh.
that's the case. Now, Jagadish, being a diploma guy, I told you. So when he came into the class, everyone was speaking, but he felt more welcoming
Hmm.
about me. And the other thing is like the lecturers were telling, take Dinesh's notes, running notes, whatever he does. Like he writes, so you can take some inputs from him. That's when he came and approached, and we got an instant connect, and
Ah.
we three did a lot of movies, short films during our tenure in
Oh.
thing. So we three were called as Three Musketeers.
Hmm.
Um, we used to be like in a different batch. Wherever we go the two, three together. We used to be in the organizing stuff and all the other things. So that is the thing. So again, the speaking of the pain and anguish, so we lost Pasha in 2017.
Oh,
Okay, so he's not
sorry
with
to
us
hear that.
anymore. Uh, so he had few health conditions. We lost him. That's one big disappointment for us. I mean, that's what I often think, right? Like, what if he was alive, he wouldn't have left me. Like he treats me like a brother everywhere, and that is where it is. But anyhows, he has given good memories in life to cherish during the college life because he used to take me as an inspiration in many parts. That's what really
Well,
likes me. I mean, kept me fueled at that time. Like okay, it's a case. But yes, that's the case.
so you didn't opt for hostel. You used to stay in a room outside in Kakinada.
That's right. That's right.
Uh,
Day one onwards, I used to stay in the
so
room.
ever thought
Hostel
that you
is
missed
for
on the hostel
juniors.
life?
See, the hostel you guys are now these days were not the way the hostels used to be when we were studying.
Okay.
Okay, we didn't had this great pressure at that time. Hostels are like in kind of only there used to be one old building in Nagamali Tota Junction where they used to keep all the folks in.
Okay.
So yeah, that's not really great. But now I heard the hostel life
Ah,
is so good in right.
yeah, they've changed.
That
Changed a
time it
lot.
was not that sophisticated.
Okay.
But we used to have AC classrooms. I don't think so. You guys have it now.
Oh, no, no, no. We don't have that.
All right.
No,
We
no
have
ratio.
AC. We had AC classrooms. First years used to be in a different block. AC for
Oh.
us. It was student, and every day there used to be so tight.
Mm.
Um, Few people don't like AC, and people like me likes AC. And we said it should be on, and they said no,
All
AC should be off. Okay,
fine.
and there used to be a voting. We used to go in a democratic way, and there
Wow.
used to be a person who decides on whether they should be on, the AC
Or
should be on or off for the day. A lot of discussions there.
wow. Okay, so have you ever considered someone in your palace, like in the 4 years, as your competition? Someone as your competition or you?
There is a super duper guy called as Swami. He's another one famous person. Um, so he's a great competitor for me. I mean, he's from my class, and as talkative and as charismatic like me.
Oh,
So has his orator leadership skills and whatsoever it is. That's a very healthy combination between us. We two are still great, good friends.
oh,
Okay. So he's like he can command everyone in the class, and I see him as my direct competition. Yeah, Swami is
okay. So how good were you with the girls?
with the girls.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. Girls should answer. I can't answer
No,
that. But
how,
we had this healthy relationships, right? Everywhere
yeah,
we go in, we'll be definitely be having a relationship. But see, what I would tell you is like, 10 years back when we were studying, the
that's,
mindset was still evolving.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I wanted to know. Like
We
how,
just got the smartphones. We just started using Androids. WhatsApp groups were just forming in. Instagram and Facebook was just a trend. So because we are the trendsetters at that point, like
yeah,
we
yeah,
fueled it.
yeah,
Greater
exactly.
things. So yeah, like social media pep talk and all these things because we used to be like very nominal. That's not
Hmm.
so curious as it is. But we always used to have this cordial relationship with the girls and all these things like hi bye kind of thing. But these days, I think people are more open-minded. They are
True.
happy to discuss things, and they are being like the gender discrimination. While you making some friends is now gone. At that
Hmm.
time, you be friend with a girl, they'll like paint you something, and you have to be so embarrassed. So is the girl. But these days, it is not the case. Like
Not
a
like that.
friend
Yeah,
and a boy and a girl can be friends, and
friends.
that is the case. So at that time, yeah, we used to be in our limits, and they used to be their limits. So that is the case.
Okay.
But
So any,
all the relationship is still there.
hmm, any lecturers or any teacher that you felt, Array, if it is his or her class, it's better to bunk, something like that.
Better to bunk. Nah, nah. I
No,
mean,
because of
nothing.
it might be
No
because of
lecture
this
like that because
strictness
is
or
it?
what.
I don't recall any of such boring lecturers during my tenure at least. They are very good people who are committed and focused and because see the thing is if they have to tell you a class they have to do a lot of homework. They come
That
to
is true.
our class with a homework, and then if you are like bunking the class, it's like disrespecting them. So that's what I feel. I've never bunked a class in my entire 4 years. Okay, that's for sure. uh, so I can't really tell you like who is boring. There are
Okay.
definitely some lecturers who didn't really went well, not just with me but with the entire group.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we had
Okay.
our own ups and downs, but we just,
So any
especially
favorite?
during the lab records, signs and all this stuff. I don't know how many labs you have at this point, but at that time when in the electronics and communications,
Hmm.
we used to work with hardware. Right? Now it is all software for you. Every lab is a
Yep.
software lab for you.
Yep.
Right? But for us,
Exactly.
it's all hardware. You have to work with circuits. The circuits will blow off when you're giving more voltage. Then they'll simply right away fail you in the internals. And we used to cry like anything. What is this? Okay, and I didn't give that voltage. Okay, your breadboard goes jamming, your transistor bumps, your resistor goes off, your capacitor blows up. My God. Yeah. So
Uh,
I mean, when if the such incidents happen and they'll shout on you, and then you will be like, having some sort of little, oh, okay, these guys shouted on me on the lab. Maybe I don't like him. Okay, that
uh,
is something like you telling to yourself, like not like a person, but eventually he's right in his perspective, and you are
True
no
that.
such. Okay, no
So any
such
favorite
personality.
lecturers? If no
There
negative
are a lot. The favorite
to
lectures,
name?
though, definitely. First, I think Gangadhar sir was one. He used to be there. One thing, he's not there with Kite, and he was only for 3 years. And then Subhash sir,
Hmm.
definitely, he was only with us for a while. I mean, when I say while, he then focused his entire focus on Kite too.
Try to,
Okay,
yeah.
but he didn't take us much lecture. But he's one of the great person I have worked with. And there is Manohar sir, and there is Prasad sir, and there are a few folks I really don't recall their names, but um, yeah, we
Uh,
had really good time with them.
okay. Any one memory if you want to relive from your 4 years, if it was possible.
Every day is a memory, Rajdeep. Okay,
Ah,
every day is fresh. I mean, recently I visited college. 2 years back, I believe, in same time, 2022.
Hmm.
That's when I came back to college. When I was visiting my class, the stage, the ground, everything was afresh. Okay. So if you want to ask me, every moment is reliving, including the exam preparations, which was so much fun. Where you always lie to your friend, no, dude, I didn't study
Didn't
this at
study.
all.
Yeah.
But you come out with good marks, and that guy stares at you. How come you got good marks? Okay. And the one day night battings for preparations, uh, record writings, copying things from other records, including values, and getting caught red-handed. Okay. So apart from that, in the college, when I mean, I don't know whether there is a Spock concept,
Yeah, it is.
single
It is.
point
It
of
is still. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
still
It's
there.
still there. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
lobbying for the Spock, making sure your friends voting
Right,
for
right.
you. Uh,
Uh,
and then this online bits, right? I don't know. Do
hmm.
you have this
Yeah,
bits?
yeah. It's
The
still there.
bits
It's still
is
there.
it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, getting the dumps of the bits and studying for the bits and making sure who puts the answers first and gets 20 by
Right,
20.
right, right.
Okay. And labs, staying out of gate if you're late, fighting for the bus, I mean RTC bus,
RTC bus.
the
Yeah.
core, and then going to Kakinada, and in the Kakinada planning, okay, which movie should we watch during the weekend? Okay, where to eat biryani, where to go, and gossipings. Like every day is a refreshing moment.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. So, okay. One
still
final
fresh. Even
question.
after 11 years, if you ask me, I can tell you
Hmm.
everything. Yeah, I remember. I call this.
Okay. So, one final question to end this off.
Yep.
So, when are you
Yep.
visiting our college, and when are you gonna interact with all of us
Yeah, see, I would
in
love to
person?
visit college whenever. That's what I tell to RK sir. You don't hesitate me to ask if I can do something to the college, some other thing which you think I can be a good fit of doing it. So it's just I'm just a call away. If I'm in India, I definitely would like to visit. See, I travel to India very frequently, 4 months, 5 months once.
Oh,
Maybe this time I'll see if I can make some time. Maybe come visit you.
that
But
would
you
be
guys
lovely.
are. When is your last working day? Because you're in
Oh,
final semester, right?
yeah. This month and I guess most probably
Oh my
by month
God,
end
you
we
must
will
be
leave.
having mixed feelings, isn't it?
Yeah, too much because
Yeah, I can understand. When is your farewell? I think you already had this farewell planned up and it's
yeah,
all done, I believe.
it is done. It is done. It is
When is your
already
sem
done.
exam starting?
So actually, the fourth year second semester is nothing, no exams. So you just have to work on your project and you have to
Oh,
present your
it should be
project.
three
That's it.
subjects, no?
No, they changed the whole curriculum. In 4.2, you don't have to do read anything, write anything, work on your project,
My goodness.
submit your project.
Seriously?
Done, done. Yeah.
That's all.
So
No,
that's
no
all.
exams. No three
No, no,
exams.
nothing, no, nothing, no, nothing, no
Oh
labs, no nothing. Only project.
my God, that's too good, no?
Yeah, too
So
good.
usually when I was studying, I belong to R07 regulations for us, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah. In third, fourth to semester, we will have three subjects, one lab, and one project work.
Yeah, even our seniors had the same. Like they had three subjects, two labs. But when it came to
Okay.
us, they suddenly changed everything. They added in 4.1 they added the extra subjects, so we had to write everything in 4.1, and then in
Okay.
4.2 it's all projects, nothing else.
Cool. Seriously. So your
Hmm.
celebration starts much earlier than us.
Okay. Then, well, very thank you for giving us your time, and it was really
Thanks to
wonderful.
you for being so candid.
I never thought that this would go this smooth. I was very nervous from yesterday as soon as you
Why?
hit me with the text. I was thinking, oh, what to ask, what not to ask, how it will go. This, that. Everything was on my mind, but
It's
I
all
think
little
it
thing.
went
I just
smooth.
want to like prepare myself because I don't know which direction this goes in. That's the reason why I have to make myself like ready. Okay, this is gonna be the discussion I need to take in. It's not getting bored for you as well. That is the reason why it is. But anyways, fingers crossed and all the very best for your
Thank you very
farewell,
much.
whatever is done, and for your good career. Don't, I mean, this message is not just for you, for everyone of your fellow mates. I don't know how many of you guys got placed, but don't get worried at all. You go out after engineering, you explore outside, you will have a lot of opportunities to get through in. Okay. So don't get panicked. Okay. Um, so, yeah, all the very best.
Okay, thank you. So I'll stop the recording.